Hello everyone, welcome back to another session of AWS Mastery course. And in this session, we are going to learn about the very important concept, which is EC2, or we can say Elastic Compute Cloud. So we are just going to understand like what exactly EC2 is, what exactly the use cases we are going to learn. So we are going to learn all about EC2 in this particular session. So as you can see on your screen, what is Amazon EC2? So basically EC2 stands for Elastic Compute Cloud. As you can see, it is written on your screen. So basically this provides scalable computing capacity in the AWS cloud. So basically we are talking about the virtual machine. Okay, so it provides virtual machine, like you can just create your virtual machine or you can just rent a virtual server, and this particular virtual machine or virtual server is known as instance. So in the upcoming videos, or in the upcoming sessions, I will be I can say calling these virtual machines, or I can say virtual servers, as instances. Okay, so we are just creating instances, and we on these instances we can run our applications. Okay, so EC2 is nothing but just a kind of virtual machine where we can run our application, like maybe like web application or some related applications. Okay, and there are lots of types of instance, or I can say types of variety of instance actually provided by the AWS. Okay, so these are the things which we are having. So now if we talk about like what exactly EC2 is, this is the structure of what we can say are EC2. So EC2 is kind of a centralized thing when we talk about the AWS. So whether you are learning networking, whether you are learning about storage or any kind of thing, you will be I can say somewhere you will be playing with the EC2. Okay, because EC2 is a kind of a centralized service. So as you can see, we are having web server, which is AWS EC2. And as you can see initially, like it is having, we are having public subnet, then we are having like VPC, then we are having region, then we are having Amazon Route 53 internet, and this is what we are having. Like this is a kind of a structure. I'm not saying this is a structure of EC2, but I'm just showing you like how EC2 is actually centralized and how EC2 is connected to other AWS services. Okay, so I hope you guys have understood like what is EC2. EC2, like one more time, like EC2 is nothing but just a virtual machine which we are just renting out from the AWS. Like we have to run our web applications or some other kind of application in the cloud. Okay, now we are having some key features of EC2. So EC2 is, as I told you, EC2 is a kind of a centralized service, or we can say EC2 is one of the most important service. So whatever the features of cloud we are having, like those features are also the part of EC2. So when we talk about scalability, so EC2 is nothing but just a server. So when we can say we can scale up our server and scale up the scale down the capacity of our server as per the need or as per the requirement. Then we talk about the flexibility. So actually AWS provides a wide varieties or wide ranges of EC2 instance types. So we'll be understanding like what are the types of EC2 instances, so we can use those I can say instances as per our requirement. Then we are having cost effective. So like initially, like as a student, like once you will log into your AWS, or once you are done with the creating the account, so you will get something which is known as free tier. So in the free tier, like you'll get like somewhere around 750 hours of AWS usage. Okay, so apart from that, once you are done with that usage, then you have to pay what, like how much you are actually using that. Okay, means let's suppose you are using EC2 for 1 hour, you have to pay for 1 hour only. Okay, so from the day one, like from the very beginning of the course, I'm just keep on saying like it is based on pay as you go policy, or something which we can say like how much you have to use, you have to pay accordingly. Okay, then we are having security. So it is a secure, okay, like when we talk about the complete like whole AWS cloud, so it is, I can say, one of the best security practices it is having. Then we can say it is having resizable compute capacity, means you want 2 GB of RAM, you can configure that. But if you want 16 GB of RAM, you can get that as well, but you have to pay accordingly. Okay, how much you are actually using it. So I hope you guys have understood like what is EC2. I'm just giving you a quick recap, EC2 is nothing but just a server or a kind of service which we can rent out when we want to use the compute capacities, or we want to use compute services. Okay. And when we talk about like EC2, like we can run our web applications on it, and these server, or we can say these virtual servers, are known as instances. Okay, there are various type of instances which we are going to learn in the upcoming sessions, and these are the features of EC2 which we are having. So I hope you guys are very much clear with the EC2. Now in the upcoming session I will teaching you like how you can actually practically configure and launch your own instance, or you can launch your own cloud server. Okay, so I hope you guys are very much familiar with EC2, like what exactly EC2 is and what exactly we are going to do with EC2, and how we are going to use EC2 when we are going to build our solution using AWS. So that's it for now. Let's meet in the next session. Till then, just take care of yourself. Thank you so much.